Here's another example. Let's say there's a hose, a compressed air hose that's on the floor next to a packaging machine. The nonconformity is the air hose is on the floor. The correction will be to take that hose and store it off the floor where it's supposed to be stored in the first place. Now, before deciding on a corrective action, we're going to have to start asking questions to figure out the cause. Why was it that the hose was on the floor? And what we hear is that the hose is on the floor because the setup is really awkward. It's not easy to store where somebody who was sitting in their office when they made that decision decided that the hose should be stored. So the corrective action could be to install a better setup for storing the hose properly, a setup that works well for the people who are actually doing the work. Now, there's not going to be a short-term and a long-term corrective action in this case because it's all going to be done at once. Now, if we had to rate that nonconformance to evaluate the risk as a factor of severity and frequency, well, there's no reason to believe that the product is contaminated. So based on severity, the rating would be a minor. And let's say this happened only once, or it happens once in a while, but it's definitely not a big trend. If it was a trend, we'd say that's moving up one notch. But in this case, the frequency doesn't justify raising it to major. Because it's a minor, there's no preventive action, and we're not going to bang our heads on the wall trying to find a root cause. Dealing with the cause itself is enough. And because it's a minor, verification doesn't require anything special other than making sure the next time we're around, maybe during our monthly inspection, the hose is stored properly.